Hi guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. We're here for another one of our book busting episodes, and what I thought I would do today, I've just got these couple of pages here, well it's actually 4 pages of kind of what I call texty pages. So I'm going to make just some little kind of booklety type things from them. So I'm going to start by just literally gluing them together. And I mean, I'm just doing that really because obviously the pages, they're kind of fragile, and you know, I like to just have a bit of extra thickness to know that they're going to be a bit more durable. So I'm just going to stick them together like that. I mean, obviously it depends on your, you know, your book pages that you're using. If you're, you know, doing this type of thing with me, you may find that you've got some book pages that actually are perfectly, you know, robust enough on their own. I just like to double them up because it just gives them a little bit more, you know, stability, I guess, and a bit more about them. So that's the first one. Just put that to one side, and then the next one, just do exactly the same. Just check whether there's a kind of preferred side. Probably not really, but anyway, I will just glue these together. Yeah, okay. So like that. So I hope everyone's having a good day. Hope you're getting some crafting in. How's it going if you're doing the book busting series with me? How's it going? How's your book busting going? Have you used up an entire book yet? And don't forget, you know, the book can really be any size, you know, that you fancy. So I mean, you could use, you know, really quite a small book. You could use, you know, any book you like. I mean, actually, if you're in the UK, the Ladybird children's books would be quite ideal, probably size for this type of thing. I don't know how many pages there are in a general, you know, or in a typical Ladybird book, but yeah, they would probably be quite a good book to use, I would have thought. And obviously you've got a whole bunch of different topics and themes and what have you that you could do with those. Right, oops. Yeah, that was quite fragile because I just obviously tore a little bit off of there. So all I'm going to do now, I think, is, well, I was going to make a little book. I'm now wondering whether I prefer, perhaps I prefer an envelope. And you know what I've forgotten to do, because I was just thinking I would make a book. Obviously I have now done this so that I would have an upside down. Oh no, it's okay. Right, it's okay. Oh, I just can't even tell what I'm doing. I've been really filming a lot to try and get the things done ready for Christmas Day, and now to try and get this stuff done. So, beginning to get a little bit crazy, obviously. Can't remember even my words. Doesn't really bode well, does it, for the video? But right, let's just do a couple of envelopes, and then what we can do is obviously decorate them up with some of the pictures from the book. So I think we're going to be okay. I think we're going to actually manage to get through this book, would you believe? Right, so again, I'm going to just take that carriage. I mean, that carriage is so pretty, isn't it? It's just beautiful. So I'll just tear that down. And it's quite good for this envelope because it's just, you know, the right shape, the perfect shape for this. I'm just wondering, would I prefer it on the back, you know, on this side, or on here with the flap? Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards the flap, I think. So, you know, on this side, do we want it? Oh, I can't decide now, because then I'm thinking, oh, what would I then put on this side? But I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? Because we could always, you know, it could be stuck into a journal, I guess, with nothing on that side. Okay, yeah, let's just do this. So I think what I might do is just to break it up a little bit. I want to put something else in. Of course, I have these swirls that I found the other day. So I'm just going to try one of these. It might look good, it might look rubbish, who knows, but let's give it a try. Oh, it's such a nice day here. Again, I am filming ahead. It might be absolutely horrible day in real life, but yeah, at the time where I'm filming, this is a lovely day. Oh, that's quite pretty, just kind of along the flap of the envelope. So I'm thinking I'm probably going to stitch this envelope closed here. So yeah, I'm going to stitch that. Now, do we want to stick this on first? Yeah, let's kind of decorate it up and then it's done. Now I'm just seeing whether I've got any doily. I'd quite like to keep this quite a neutral piece actually. I was thinking that I was going to break it up, but yeah, I might stick with a bit more neutral. As you know, I don't very often do more neutral things. And do you know, as I've said it, I've just now pulled in this paper. Talk about literally not neutral at all, but I just spotted it and I thought, oh, let's just quickly try that and see how that would look on there. Oh, that's quite pretty. I really wanted to do it neutral. I was all kind of set and, you know, thinking, oh, I'm going to do this as quite a neutral piece. And then just, I spotted that blue and thought, oh, I think maybe that blue might look quite good. Oh, let's do it. Let's go for it. So yeah, I just can't do neutral, even when I'm really trying. So I'm just going to glue this down here onto the envelope. Okie dokie. Let me just, I want to make sure I've got some showing, otherwise it was pointless putting it on there. So just spread that like that. Okay. Right, let's just tear this down a little bit. I'm just going to tear it down slightly more so as I can have a bit more of that floral showing. Yeah, that's pretty, isn't it? And then I'm thinking on the flap, might we like a little bit more of that floral? I don't know whether we do, but let's just tear a bit out and see. I mean, that's very pretty, I have to say. Yeah, I think definitely I'd like that. So I'm just going to kind of pop that across there. And then I'll trim it off at the end, so. Okay. Okie dokie, and just pop that one down there. Yeah, when I went back through the, you know, the pages, I thought, well, actually, you know, we might be able to get through these after all, especially if I'm kind of doing things like this. And in the last video where I managed to use multiple pages in one project, I think that's kind of the way to go, is because then of course it's you know, getting through them much better or much more efficiently. So yeah, I think that's kind of the way to go. Right, I'm just going to stick this carriage down. Okie dokie. I mean, that blue was literally just kind of a scrap on my desk, but as soon as I just saw it, I thought, oh, I'll just have to try that. And then, of course, if you try it, often it's, you know, you go with it, don't you? So, okay, trim that down there. So that's really pretty, isn't it? And then on the back of that envelope, let's have a bit more, just to tie it in with the front as well. So, oh, I'm going to have to tidy that up. It's a bit of a strange shape, isn't it? Okay, well, we could have it like that, and I'm thinking some sort of address or something would be quite good. Now, got the contents type section here that have been torn out. I wonder whether we could just tear a chunk of that out and have it like that, as if that were an address piece, you know. Looks kind of quite cool, doesn't it? Yeah, I quite like that. So let me just tear this down slightly. Oops, just in the word death on that, so again, not quite so good. But I don't feel like it's quite as good that way round. So there's a narrow escape from death, but I guess I could cover that up with something else. So let's just pop this down. I'm just going to put that there. Okay. And then we'll just have this on here, and I'm thinking, yeah, I might stitch around this, to be honest, on the sewing machine. Might look quite nice. Okay. Yeah, I like that. And then we'll cover up that part there where it says a narrow escape from death, I think. So what we're going to use, we've got, and they lived happily ever after. I mean, that is very yellow because it's been inked up to yeah, nearby kind of yellow almost, but let's have a look. Just having a quick look to see what's left in our pages, whether we have a, I mean, we could have this lady on the horse, although she's quite massive on there actually. Oh, she might look okay. Not going to be wanting to use this anyway, so let's just tear around her. She might be way too big, but she may just fit, so let's give it a try. I'm going to go around here. Like that. Okay. I think it's kind of like too many of the same layers, so yeah, I'm not keen on that actually. Let's just have a quick another look through, see if there's anything else. I mean, it would be fantastic if there was something that looked like an address, but of course there's not. No, there's not. So I might have to do something like a stamped postcard image or something like that on here. Could have that down that side, because obviously I was going to use this on the flap, but well, I guess it does still look okay. I thought perhaps it would look terrible now that I've got the white, but actually it still looks quite pretty. Surprisingly, you know, because I didn't expect it to. Let's just tear this slightly alternative kind of swirl or flourish. Okay. I'm wondering if we could have that there. Just for like the continuity between the front and the back. Would look quite pretty, wouldn't it? And I'm still thinking, what shall I use as like the address piece? So let me just have a little bit of a rummage on my desk and see. Oh, I think that's way too bright blue. Yeah, it is a bit, isn't it? Yes, that's a shame, isn't it? Right, let me put that away. I've got these little note cards. I wonder if I could use one of those. I'm not keen because they've got the flowers, which then I don't really feel ties in with the blue, so that's not ideal either. tricky sometimes, isn't it? I can't find just the right piece. I've got that. That's quite nice. I'm now wishing I hadn't stuck this piece down, because I'm not quite so keen on the way that looks now. It doesn't really look too great. Now, where was that other piece where I said we might use something from here? Oh, look at this. Let's just tear that out. Okay. That's quite nice, isn't it? Yeah, I quite like that, I think. Okay, right, I'm going to just pop that down. We have a lot of layers going on here. We're clearly trying to use up every piece of that book just on this one piece, aren't we? Okay. So that one's glued down there. Okay, going to put that there. And then I think we could do with a little postage stamp. So I'll just pull my postage stamps in. Let's see. Looking for a bluish toned one. I mean, obviously this is my glass of blue ones. Hope that's up the right way. It's quite pretty, isn't it? I'm just wondering if we need any more of the floral along the bottom or anything. What do you think? I wish that I was live so that I could hear everyone's opinions. Or do we want it going in there? Oh, let's be different. Let's mix it up. Let's have it going in from the other side. Okay. Just because typically I would always have put it on that side as well. So let's just be bold and do something we wouldn't normally do. I'll have it coming in that side like that. Still a bit undecided with these swirls, but to be honest, you know, I think they are quite nice. We could even have a postage stamp, I guess, over there, but is that a bit strange? Whoops. Possibly is. Oh, it's so tough to decide sometimes, isn't it? Okay. I might stitch around this before I stick these on. So let's just keep these to one side. Oh, where will I put them where I don't lose them? Right, I've put them by my hot glue gun. Oh, I've got this horrible feeling I'm going to forget. Actually, perhaps I should go off and stitch this now before I do forget. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I'm back. So I've stitched around here, if you can see the carriage, and then I stitched around just here, just the address part of the envelope, and then obviously stitched the envelope closed and just stitched around the flap. So we'll just go back in now and have a look and see what these bits look like. So we've got this postage stamp. I'm not sure that's quite the right postage stamp, to be fair. I wish I had one a bit paler blue. Let me just have a bit more of a look through my little jar here. Oh, this one might be a better colour. Oh, that's better, isn't it? Yeah. Sometimes it's just finding the right one, isn't it? I mean, I know that's a bit weird because you wouldn't put the postage stamp down there, but I kind of prefer it down there, I think. So I think I'm going to go for it down there. I also quite like it over there. Right, so I am going to just stick this on here, I think. So just pop that down. These have been stamped onto sort of cardstock, so they're a little bit thick. But I mean, hopefully it's, you know, it will be fine once it's all glued down. Oops. Like that. Okay. And then just really need to decide, do I like it down here or do I like it over here? I think I like it down here. I know that's weird because that's not where the stamp would go, but you know, these are not being really posted, are they? So, yeah. Sometimes you just have to put it where it's most pleasing to the eye, don't you? So I like the contrast on this between the white and the ivory. It looks really, really pretty. So I'm just going to see if we want a bit of lace somewhere. So again, I'm just going to chop this down. I mean, this is just the lace that's kind of hanging around on my desk from yesterday. Oh, that's quite pretty. Yeah, I quite like that. So I'm going to just pop that down. Again, I'm just going to do that messy trick. Actually, I probably don't really need to do that messy trick with this because this lace is, you know, it's got quite a few filled in bits. No need to get messy if I don't need to, is there? I mean, I'm probably going to get pretty messy anyway, so no need to get more messy. Even more messy than necessary. Okay, so that's really nice. And then just turning it over, I'm going to just have this here. And again, I might just like another little bit of lace. So just going to just see. I might not ink this piece up at all. I really love, you know, there's something really pretty about that ivory and the blue with it not being inked. I think it just looks really, really lovely. I'm wondering, do I want the lace kind of to one side? Have that almost like a tab. Or do we want the lace at the bottom? No, I like it on the flap, I think. Yeah, I'm going to put it there. So again, I'm just going to put the glue straight to the envelope flap. Okay. And then we're just going to stick this down. Like that. Okay. So that looks really pretty, doesn't it? Yeah, I really like that. You know, the blue and white, the kind of fresh cleanness of it against the ivory with the black. It looks really, really lovely. Yeah, really, really pleased with that. Okay, so we also stuck together another couple, didn't we? Of the texty pages. Where did I put those? Okay. So these I was going to make a little booklet, but I'm actually not so sure now. Oh, well, perhaps I will actually. Yeah, I will. Okay. Yeah. Because I then thought, oh, that envelope turned out so pretty. Perhaps we'll do another envelope, but... Okay, right. Just wanted to check which way round I wanted this to go. So just kind of like that. Now, personally, I quite like all this kind of scraggly edges, you know, where they've been torn from the book and they're quite discoloured from... Well, it looks like the book must have had staples or something. But yeah, I mean, I quite like all that. But I mean, obviously, if you don't, you can always trim it down to make it, you know, sort of perfect and neater. Now, again, this can obviously have a smaller image on here. Oh, I think I'm going to use this. That's just so gorgeous, isn't it? Yeah, love how she looks. So I'm just going to, again, just tear her down. So she's going to fit on there, and I might use that blue paper again. Because I really loved how that turned out, and to be honest, I've got obviously a little scrap of that left. And it's always good, of course, to use our scraps. Oops, it's not really quite the right shape now. As I have her kind of further down, so let me just see. I'm sure I've got some more scraps of the same paper laying around. So, I mean, this is from the same set, so let's just have a look. Yeah, that's quite pretty. Might just tear this down rather than having the straight edge. Get rid of this horrible pointy kind of edge. Oh, that's quite pretty, isn't it? So again, let's just glue this one down. Okay. Like that. And then this one just kind of to the side. Like that. Okay, right. Get rid of these pieces. And get her there. Okay, and I'm just going to have another look on that kind of title page where we took that, you know, faux address from. Let's just see. Wondering whether we could just tear this section out. Perhaps we could have that there. Oh, then it blends in a bit. Oh, this is so tricky to get the balance right. And let's just tear that big bit of text off. Just tear that down. Oh, that's quite nice, isn't it? Well, that's probably a bit much now. Right, let's see if we've got another postage stamp that's going to be ideal to have on here. I mean, that one, you know, I'm not keen on that man. He really is not in keeping here at all. But the colour of the edge is just great. So, I mean, I could tuck him way behind so he's kind of lost, but just, you know, another piece of interest. So let's just do that. Oops. Okay. And then we'll just pop her down on here like that. I should really have another count up of my images that I have left, because I'm now getting a bit ahead of myself, thinking, oh, we might not even need the 6 days. 6 days or 7 days, I can't remember even how many days that we've done or that we've got left. But yeah, I should really kind of have a bit of a count up and just see, because we might be doing, you know, better than I thought. Right, just seeing whether I've got any other postage stamps that would be, you know, vaguely a good colour. Well, we could have that one just to the side there. Yeah, I quite like that. So, oops, pulling that same old petal in that I kept doing yesterday now. So So, are any of you guys going to be making New Year's resolutions? I don't really make New Year's resolutions, I've got to be honest. Probably did do years ago, but yeah, I just think there's not really much point because I don't really stick to them. And, you know, if we want to change something, you can change it at any point, can't you? You don't really need to kind of have the new year to change it. I mean, I do always like the feel of a new year. It's like, oh, new year, new start, you know, not sort of, I don't know, it feels clean and feels kind of somehow refreshed, doesn't it? But I'm not sure that I actually, you know, necessarily think it's all about making new goals as such. But I sometimes, I guess, just think, oh, that's good, you know, that year wasn't great. I mean, especially in the case of obviously the year that we've just been having, because of course so much has happened. It's been very peculiar, hasn't it? You know, and who'd have thought it at the beginning of the year? It really was not predictable the way the year was going to turn out, was it? So yeah, I think we'll probably, mainly all of us will be pleased to see the back of this year. Okay, pop that one down there. Thinking that lace looks quite pretty up there. Oops. Yeah, I mean, that's probably a bit much putting this on, but I'm just going crazy, just trying to literally use up every single piece from the book, obviously. And that was not the goal at all. It was just to use the book, not literally use every single scrap, whether it goes or not, you know. But, no, that's quite nice, isn't it? Now, am I going to stitch around the edge of here? I guess I could, couldn't I? And then we could put some pages inside. Right, I'm just going to go over to the sewing machine. I'll be back in a moment. Okay, I'm back from the sewing machine. So I've literally just stitched around, you know, almost like a frame around the whole edge. And then, oops, sorry, just trying to get rid of that thread that's now clung to me. Didn't want to get off. And I'm just going to pop this lace, I think, just down there. That looks quite pretty. So again, just glue that down here. Okay. Oops, got a lot of glue there. Okie dokie. Like that. And then, now, do we want that piece of text, which actually now I can't even see it, so maybe that's answered that question for me. Yep, clearly I'm not meant to put that text there. But I do have these little pearls, so I can't remember whether these are, oh yes, these are on that sort of thread, which is brilliant. It makes them very easy to put down, especially when they're such tiny gems like this. You know, I really struggle to pick them up. So, you know, it's really great when they're just on a little sort of thread. I'm going to have them down there, I think. And again, I do always like to just glue these down as well. I know they are on that sticky back, but I just don't really ever have a great deal of faith in it staying stuck down. Oops. I'm getting fluff all over it from my wipe. Because my hands are all gluey, they're just obviously picking up the fluff from the wipe. Right. Like that. And we're just going to glue them down there. Okay. I was going to put them over to the corner or on the lace, but I just thought that was the predictable, you know, the obvious place to put them, and I just wanted to do something different really. So I think they're quite nice, you know, in a little line down there instead. And then on the inside, what we can do is use a couple of those blank backs. And that one and... oh. No, the others are pretty tiny. Hold on. Oh, that's annoying, isn't it? Well, what we could do, I guess, is just have one like that. and then we could put a pocket or something on the other side. So we just trim that down, and now of course just trim down where I've torn it. I don't mind if it's, you know, got torn bits as well. I just want to see. Oh, I can come down a bit smaller actually. Do I want to? Or shall I just go with those torn edges? I don't mind those torn edges. They're kind of quite nice, I think. Especially actually if they're in this way. I don't think you even notice that they're there. So let's just go for that. Okay. And actually this works out quite well, not putting a page on each side, because I just thought, now I've stuck those pearls down on the other side, it would actually be a bit bumpy sticking this down. So maybe a pocket would be better anyway. So it's all worked out well. Okay, just then spread that down. Like that, okay. And then for our pocket, now again, I would quite like to use probably some more of that lovely blue paper, which have I got some printed on thicker? Just having a look to see if I've got any printed a bit thicker. I haven't, but what I have got actually is a collage sheet, which I just collaged this the other day. And as you can see, I mean, I've not even trimmed it down or anything yet. So let's just trim this down, because actually colour wise this would be pretty good. There we go. Because I mean, obviously I used the same papers for this collage, so I'd forgotten all about it, and it was just rummaging through those piles that I thought, oh, I did that a few days ago, so that might be just ideal for a pocket on here. Let's just get rid of those bits. Oops. Yeah, I think that's going to work quite nicely. Now the question is, do we want a long pocket, or do we want just a smaller pocket? I think a long one might be quite nice actually. Yeah. Yep. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm going to do a long one. So just going to chop this in here. And then go straight up here. Like that. And we'd just have that running down there. So I just need to just tidy this up a bit, because it's a little bit wonky, and just make sure that this is glued down, because obviously I've collaged it, so it's not necessarily glued down everywhere properly. Okay. Yeah, I quite like that. And what's quite handy is obviously it's going to just sort of reinforce as well this edge, which as you can see, it's quite fragile. So I think it's going to be quite handy to use this. And I will just glue this on. So I'm just going to glue down all along here, and then along there. Okay, and put that down like that. Let me just press that down. Oh dear. Oops. Yeah, just got to be careful that you don't just slide it off of what you're gluing it onto. Okay, and just pop a little bit of extra glue down here. Like that. Okay. And just just trim this bit off across there. So that looks really nice, doesn't it? And then I wonder if we could have something here as well. So let's just have a look back through our images. And I know that, I think yesterday, yeah, I'd kind of, oh look, I could have used the back of that. Oh, what a wally. Well, perhaps I'll save that for, you know, backing something on. Oh, well, perhaps we'll just have it plain. I mean, I've got this image, which I love, but I probably, you know, do we want to hide it in there? That almost feels like a bit of a shame, doesn't it, to have it hidden in there? So I think I'll save that for, you know, for something stand out on its own. Now I've just got these swirls again. I know they've become my new favourite thing, obviously, during this little series, but I mean, won't this be great to get this out of my way? Because I can't tell you, I stamped these years ago. I mean, I can't remember stamping them, but I'm saying, you know, I do remember it was a long time ago, because I've kind of come across them time and time again over the last few years, and always thought, oh, how should I use those? But actually, tearing them down and just popping them onto things, they look gorgeous. I mean, even kind of like having it on that page looks really pretty, doesn't it? Let's just finish that page off like that. Okay. There we go. Oh, that's so gorgeous, isn't it? Right, so that's that. So now we could just make a little journaling card to tuck into here, into the pocket. So let's have a look and see what we've got there. Well, again, I mean, we could use that lovely image, or we could use this one. Oh, actually, or we could use this one. She's probably going to have to come down a bit, but actually we could just make her a journaling card on her own. So let's just chop her down. Like that. Let's see if she fits in here. Okay, so she does fit, but I am just thinking now, I wonder whether we could make her into, thinking, shall we make her into a tag? Well, I might do that for another piece, actually. Let's just have her tucked in there. So I'm just going to back her onto something. So again, I might just use some of this just ivory coloured card. And I'm just going to just make, you know, just a very basic kind of journaly card type piece from her. Like that. Yeah, I might not even need all these days. I do need to have a look and see how many pieces I've got left, but I don't feel like it's that many actually now. Maybe I've used too many too quickly. I'll probably pick some up and then discover a whole bunch that I'd forgotten about or something, because things are normally not as good as that, are they? That you've actually used more than you expected. It's normally the other way around, that when you double check you think, oh no, I missed all of that. Okay, and then I'm just going to cut her out. Like that. So she's quite nice, isn't she? And yeah, I quite like her just exactly as she is, just tucked into that pocket. Let's hope I haven't made her so she doesn't fit now. look, she just literally just fits. So I was quite close. Lucky I didn't make that border any bigger. Right, let me just glue that corner down that seemed to be lifting up. Oh, it's totally glued down now. It doesn't even want to lift to get the glue in. So that's that piece, which is really nice, isn't it? Just wondering whether I could put a button or something down the bottom, actually. Let's just have a quick look and see whether we want to have a button or anything down there. Oops, I don't know what that is. Just a circle made its way into with my buttons, but oh, that's quite cute. Ooh, dropping them everywhere now. Oh, that's pretty, isn't it? It just finishes that off just really, really nicely. Yeah. Otherwise, I just felt like that corner was just a little bit on the plain side. But I didn't really know what it was missing. So just going to have that. Let me just check that we don't want a bit of lace on there as well. I know we have got lace kind of up, you know, here, but just check. You know, just whilst we're doing it. Oh, I think it's quite nice like that, actually. Yeah, I'm going to just do that. So let's just hold that lace down for a moment. Now I'm just going to hot glue this button on, and hopefully that's just going to go through the lace and hold the lace in place as well. The lace in place. It's going to hold the lace in place. Okay. There we go. There's my couple of buttons there. Oh, that just finishes that off really nicely, doesn't it? Okay, so I don't know how long I've been filming for, but I kind of think we're probably up to it today. So these are our couple of bits that we've made today. We've just made the envelope with obviously the coach, and we used some of the address and things. And then this piece where we've used obviously the girl, some of the background paper, oops, some of the background page, and another of her there. So yeah, I'm really pleased with the pieces that we've made today, and actually we could make a little tag or something next time to put into that envelope. So yeah, I hope that you like them, and I'd love to know how you're getting on with your book busting. And yeah, that would be fantastic. If you wanted to post pictures or anything, then maybe in our Facebook group would be fantastic. And I hope that you're all having fun doing the challenge. So thank you so much for watching, and stay safe, everyone. See you guys tomorrow. Thanks then. Bye.